Pokémon UltraSun and UltraMoon are just around the corner, and the latest trailer increased exponentially my desire to start once again my island challenge and save the world and all that, you know, the usual. So I started building the team that would help me do it. First of all, I must tell you which game I'm going to play, or at least which one is going to be my official one, since I always play both. And that one is Pokémon UltraSun, even though almost all of my favorite legendary Pokémon are in UltraMoon. Second, I will specify how my team building works. Number 1, I only train Pokémon from that generation, so no Arcanine, Dragonite, Tyranitar, etc. Number 2, I don't train legendary Pokémon, but if I do make an exception, I am only allowed 1. And number 3, they must have a nature and a gender according to its looks. Let's start with Incineroar. This was a way too difficult choice. You see, I love Rowlet, I mean, who doesn't? And I love its final evolution as well. But since I already trained it quite a few times, I decided to give Litten a chance, even though I don't really like Incineroar that much. But the same thing happened with Gen 5. With Pokémon Black I chose Serperior, but for Black 2 I went with Emboar, even though Serperior is my favorite. I do like Litten and Torracat though. Every now and then I see Rowlet over the internet and I hesitate about my decision. But I think I will train Litten. Maybe. I don't know. Well, it will have a naughty nature. I know it lowers special defense, but I won't use this Pokémon in competitive play, and it doesn't give him that much of a disadvantage in game. Now, let's take a look at the second member, Mimikyu. As I said before, I played Sun and Moon several times, and 2 of those times I trained Mimikyu, but in my official one I didn't, so I will train it once again. Besides, it has a new Z-move as well. I love the little guy and I don't really like Pikachu, so we got along just fine. It's this guy ability helped me out quite a few times in the other games. It will have the lonely nature just as the others, which I don't have to explain why, and again I really don't mind if it lowers its defense. Next member is Duskform Lycanroc. I also trained both of Lycanroc forms. I like them both, but in terms of battle, I prefer the midday form. But I don't like that Dusk form looks way too similar to midday form. It seems they decided to use the same 3D models to make it, but I do love how it looks in the anime. We don't know the stats yet, but it seems safe to assume that it will have a mix of both forms, which are physical attackers. It will have the same nature as my midday Lycanroc, which was adamant because you can sort of feel a sense of justice and loyalty coming from its appearance. On the 4th spot, we have Vikavolt. To be honest, I really didn't like Vikavolt, but everything changed when the when I saw its shiny form. I even SOS changed a shiny Grubbin in Pokémon Sun, and that's the one I'm going to train in UltraSun. It is beautiful. It has a hazy nature which goes along with its menacing look and predisposition to attack before being attacked, even though it doesn't work well with its speed stat. The 5th member is none other than Golisopod. When I saw this Pokémon, it was love at first sight. When I saw its speed and ability, it was disappointment at first sight. Regardless of that, I did train it. First Impression, Liquidation, and Leech Life are very good moves, and putting its speed aside, it has really good stats. It has the same nature as Vikavolt. They have a not so friendly rivalry, but that tries them to get better. Should I shiny hunt it so they are both shiny and the rivalry makes more sense? I don't know, should I? And the final member of the team is Duskmane Necrozma. For my last spot, I wanted to add an Alolan form, but it doesn't seem there will be new ones, and I have already trained the ones I like. I do still hope I'm wrong and they give us the good news in the next trailer, but since it doesn't seem to be the case, I went ahead and picked Duskmane Necrozma. This is one of those times where I make an exception and train a legendary Pokémon. One of the reasons being because I trained most of the Pokémon I like from Alola in my past playthroughs, and I want to try something new and different. I was thinking about UAV adhesive too, but it all depends how early in the game I get it. I thought about going with the Kirkinator because it looks like an Ultra Beast, but Beast Balls don't work as they should. I don't really get its face or anything about it. But since it is Dusk main Necrozma, Adamant Nature fits it better. And that's my team so far. Have you trained any of these? Which ones are you going to train? Tell me in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. See you guys in the next video.